Welcome to Ground Control. I have the RadioLink A560 3D plane. It is a micro 3D trainer. It comes with a gyro. It's brushless. It comes in this nice case that has a handle that you can carry the plane out to the field with you, disassemble it, bring it back in the case. It's going to be waterproof because it's nylon. It's well packed. It comes with a shoulder strap as well to hook onto the case and carry it with a shoulder strap. But let's go ahead and open this up so I can show you everything that comes in here. I've already pulled the manuals out. It comes with a very nice instruction manual, and it also comes with an assembly disassembly guide too, all full color. Okay, so let's see everything that comes with the plane. Okay, here's the shoulder strap, and this was provided to Ground Control RC courtesy of RadioLink. I want to thank them much for sending this for review. It comes with a transmitter, and you can charge this up. It's got a built-in battery, and you charge it up with the USB cable, and it has really nice gimbals. It's a game system type of form factor. It has a 3-position rocker switch on the top right. It has a 3-position rocker switch on the top left. It has a potentiometer dial on the top left, and it has a momentary button on the top right as well. It has all the trims available for it. It is a hobby grade little transmitter. It comes with spare fiber tape. It comes with your USB charging cable. You can configure this plane, the transmitter, with either an Android phone. I believe they also have software for iOS, and they also have an application for Windows computer that you can download and use. Okay, so it comes with a 2S, 3S balance charger, the cord for the balance charger. Okay, so let me see if I missed anything. Let's go ahead and pull out the fuselage. Everything is well packed and protected. And then we're going to pull everything out. I want to show you everything, and then we're going to go through the assembly on this plane. And this is one of the easiest to assemble, disassemble planes that you'll come across. It is very, very well thought out. We've got the landing gear. We have one prop for the plane, one spare. It's a Gym Fan 8x3/8 slow fly prop. I received 5 of these rubber O-rings that work as prop savers for the prop to attach to the motor. The motor is an SZ-Speed 2206F 1500 kV motor. So with this 8x3/8 prop on 2S, this plane should have a lot of power. All the hinges are reinforced with fiber tape, which is why they also sent you some spare fiber tape. Here's one half of the horizontal stabilizer, the other half of the horizontal stabilizer. It also comes with all the servo arms that weren't used on the plane on the servos. They did put those in the package. It also comes with 2 spare clevises for the control linkage. It comes with the lock buttons that we'll look at in just a minute when we do the assembly. It comes with a screwdriver. It also comes with a spring rocker arm for the transmitter. Alright, so let's pull out the wing. And here's the wing, the control horns, everything are already attached. It's made out of very soft, very pliable PP board. I think it's polyurethane. But all the hinges are reinforced with fiber tape. Okay, so I think that is everything in the box. So let's put all the bits and pieces over here and get this case out of the way so that we can do the assembly. I will bring the camera in closer so that you can see the assembly. of the plane, but just an awesome case. And so now I'll bring the camera in and I'll show you how easy this is to assemble. Okay, so let's see if we can get this plane put together. Now, I may not be doing everything in the specific order that it is listed in the disassembly guide, but we will get there, okay? It comes with these 5 little plastic buttons, and that's what holds everything together. It's pretty cool. So on the center section and the fuselage, we want to pull that out because that is where our wing is going to go. Okay, so we've removed that. Now we're going to put our wing in. And you'll see you line it with the 4 holes on the fuselage. Now we're going to take this section, we're going to put it back in. And they really thought this out very, very well. I was really, you know, when I watched, I'll put links in the show notes to their disassembly videos because they've got some nice close-up video, and they did a really good job with it, you know. And I was just really impressed with the way they thought this out and the way it goes together. So now we've got the wing on there. We've got basically the top section of that fuselage that we pulled out and put back in. Whoops. So these buttons go over these pins, and you can see the pins have got tabs, and the little button has cutouts for the tabs. So you're just going to put it on there horizontally, and then you're going to rotate it 90 degrees. And that's going to lock it in, and you've got 4 of those. So just put it on, turn it 90 degrees, lock it in. We're going to do it on the same side, and I just put my finger underneath it to apply a little bit of pressure when I'm putting the button on. Okay, so now our wing is on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach the control linkage for the ailerons. And I am going to put the linkage in the outermost hole, or the top hole, you know, and from looking down. The outermost hole, and I'm just going to snap those together. Same thing with this side. Put it in the uppermost hole, outermost hole. Okay, so straighten up my control arm here, my servo arm. All right, and it has, I'll go over the rest of the specs after we get it all put together. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in the horizontal stabilizer. And I'm going to move these linkages out of the way. All right, and so I'm looking at it upside down. So these just slide in. You'll see a hole for that button. You'll see this little plastic tab that slides into the sleeve on the other end, on the other side. So make sure you got those lined up. You're going to put that in, and then this button is going to go in from the bottom, and it's the same type of thing. This is a longer button that's got the 2 tabs, and it has a slotted key that you're going to push it into. So we're going to go in horizontally again, or perpendicular to the fuselage line, and then give it a rotation of 90 degrees, and now our horizontal stabilizer is locked in there. Now these 2 braces on the bottom, these are for support for the horizontal stabilizer. So I'm going to go ahead and get your elevator linkage attached first before you attach the supports. And same thing, I'm going to go into the outermost hole and just snap that clevis together. And then the supports are the same way. They've just got clevises, so it's just a single hole. You put your clevis in there and just pop it in. And then the other one for the bottom, but pop it off. There we go. And same thing. They've just made this so darn easy to assemble and disassemble. Okay, so now we also have 2 of these braces on the top for the horizontal stabilizer. 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. Same thing, just a single pin. Put your clevis in there, snap it together. Same thing with the other side. I'm doing right now that you cannot see.
I'm sure. Okay, so now our two braces on the top and the bottom are connected. Our aileron linkages are connected. Our elevator linkage is connected. And our rudder was already connected. That's the way he packed it in the box. So, all right, so now we're going to put the landing gear on, and the landing gear just slides in to this little fixture that they have here on the front, and you push it all the way in. You hear that snap, and so the landing gear struts have a couple little plastic tabs there that they pop into, and then when you want to take it off, just open the struts up a little bit, and it'll slide right out. Okay, so now we have everything put together. I mean, it's assembled. Now all we have to do is put our prop on it, and I'm not going to put my prop on it yet, but I just wanted to go ahead and bind up to it with the transmitter so you could see it. What I would like you to do before you put this in the air is make sure that you have the prop off of it. Make sure the motor is spinning in the proper direction. Make sure that you program the high and low end of the throttle, and we'll go through that. Make sure that your control surface is all moving in the proper direction, and then make sure that the gyro is correcting in the proper direction before you throw it in the air. It's a 3D plane, so it has very large control surfaces, and it has a lot of movement on the control surfaces. This is going to make an excellent 3D trainer because it has a gyro system in it, not only for horizontal mode, but also for vertical mode at the same time. Alright, well, I have my battery installed. There's a slot here in the front for the battery, and it has a little Velcro strap to tighten it down. It's not going to go anywhere if you use the Velcro strap. I like to tuck my balance cable from the battery through that and tie that down beside the battery so that it's not getting in the way. Okay, so the transmitter, just hold in the power button for about a second. It'll pop on. It's showing right now, at full charge will show 4 of these little green lights. That shows your charge level on your transmitter. Since I've already been using it a little bit, you know, just testing things out, I have 3 lights left instead of 4. But I think that the internal battery in this transmitter is supposed to last around 5 hours of flight time. And when it gets low, it should beep at you to let you know that the transmitter battery is getting low. Okay, so let's go ahead and power it up. Oh, and while we're doing that, let's go ahead and program the high and low end of the throttle range. Okay, so I'm going to put the throttle all the way up. First, you're going to hear a single beep, and that's going to be the flight controller gyro initializing. Once the flight controller gyro initializes, you wait a second, and then you'll hear the 2 beeps from the ESC. Once you hear the 2 beeps from the ESC, then you want to pull your throttle stick all the way down, and it will have recorded the high end and the low end of the throttle. Okay, so power it up. Okay, I'm sure you couldn't hear that on camera, but like I said, there'll be a single beep and then there'll be a double beep. When you hear the double beep, that's when you want to pull the stick all the way back down. So now, the high end and low end of the throttle for the ESC has been calibrated, and it is spinning counterclockwise as we look at it from the front, which is the direction we want it to spin with this prop. Now, I don't ordinarily care for these prop saver type mounts for these props, because every one that I have seen prior to this one has a lot of slop in the adapter, and the prop just moves all over the place. It won't stay centered. Well, this one, the adapter that they have on this one, and it comes with an adapter ring on the bottom of the prop. Both of them came with an adapter ring, not just one ring. But you put that on there and it fits nice and snug like it should. There's no play in it whatsoever. So I think the prop saver on this motor is going to work very well because it's not going to be moving around. It's going to stay centered. I don't know why the other ones weren't that way, but they had a lot of slop in them. Okay, so let's go ahead and test our control surfaces,
And I think I have it in gyro mode right now. Let's see. No, maybe not. There we go. Okay, so I have it in gyro mode. I have the top right switch pushed all the way down in the very back. Okay, and then that is fully stabilized there. If you look, I roll right, left aileron comes up, roll left, right aileron comes up. If I push the nose up, the elevator pushes down. If I push the nose down, the elevator comes up. And same thing with the rudder. If I spin it to the left, it should kick right, and vice versa. So everything is moving in the proper direction with the gyro. Okay, so if we move our sticks with it setting level like that, left, right, up, down, left, right. So everything is moving in the proper direction. Okay, so that is in fully stabilized mode. And then we put it in the middle. I think they call it acrobat mode. But I think that is the mode where it basically does, wind mitigation on the Byme-A flight controller. And if I do it quickly, you can see that the ailerons are moving in the proper direction. The elevator is moving in the proper direction, and then so is the rudder. You want to test it in all flight modes, right, before you take it out and put it in the air. And then if I push the rocker all the way forward, now I should be in full manual mode. So one of the reasons I think this is going to make a good trainer because it has the Byme-A, RadioLink Byme-A flight controller in it. And if you watched any of my videos using that flight controller, I absolutely love those Byme-A flight controllers. But it also has a vertical mode, not just a horizontal mode. So you'll be able to grow with this. You can use gyro assist to get used to flying a 3D plane. And then you can put it in just wind mitigation mode or acrobat mode, and then you could put it in full manual mode. But you have your parachute button there. If you get into trouble, you just kick your parachute button and the gyro will correct the plane and level it back out again. Okay, so if I have it in full gyro mode now for horizontal flight, and then the top left button, there's only two positions. The center position doesn't do anything. Okay, when the rocker arm is all the way back, it's in horizontal mode. When you move the rocker arm on the top left and move it all the way forward, push the forward button all the way down in front, okay, now it's kicked into vertical mode. And so now what the gyro wants to do is hold the plane in vertical mode, and then also you have gyro stabilization in vertical mode. See the rudder? See how the rudder is correcting? The elevator is correcting, the ailerons are correcting depending on which way the plane is facing. So, okay, so now I've taken it off. That doesn't do anything, and now it's back in horizontal mode again. Now the reason the elevator is up right now is because they suggest that you put this, when you connect the battery and initialize the gyro, they suggest that you have it in an attitude, especially for a 3D plane, an attitude of about 20 degrees. But isn't that cool? That is very cool. One other thing that you want to test is you want to test your fail-safe. And I've already tested mine, I know it's working. So let's go ahead and throttle it up a little bit, not a whole lot. And then put in some aileron and some elevator, and then I'm going to power it off, and everything should go back to neutral, and the motor should stop. Ta-da! Okay, so everything went back to neutral, the motor stopped, you're not going to have a flyaway. Make sure that you test your fail-safe before you put it in the air, just in case you have some kind of radio issue. And it binds back up very quickly. So I always like to make sure that I program the high end and the low end of my motor with the ESC, with my transmitter with the ESC, and I like to make sure that my fail-safe is always working. So please do that. Okay, so specs on this. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a sub 250 gram plane, so you are not going to have to worry about the FAA. Let me see, I don't think I weighed it with a prop. My all-up weight without the prop was 198.8 grams. They list the all-up weight as 206.5 grams, so I would say that is very accurate, you know, adding the prop to it. It's a 560 millimeter wingspan. It is a 560 millimeter length. It's made out of the PP foam board. It's like a polypropylene is what they call it. It's almost, feels very similar to EPP foam, you know, it's kind of squishy. It gives, you know, so it's going to be very durable. The flight controller and gyros, the RadioLink Byme-A, I absolutely love those. I have tested those in a lot of planes so far, and the Byme-A has worked fantastic in everything that I've tested it in. The motor I talked about earlier is an SZ-Speed 2206F 1500 kV motor. I think that motor on a 2S with this Jim Fan 8x3.8 prop, I think it's going to pull vertical very, very well, which is the kind of power that I like to see, especially for an aerobatic plane. The ESC is a fly color, 15 amp ESC. The batteries are fully max, 7.4 volt 2S, 660 milliamp hour, 30C lipos, comes with 2 of those. It says the voltage range for the plane is 2S, 3S. We might test something else on it sometime in the future. The aileron servo is an 8 gram Emax servo, and the elevator and rudder servos are Emax 4.3 gram servos. So for the size and the weight of the plane, those are pretty nice size servos. So it looks like they put a lot of good quality stuff in here. The balance charger is a GT Power A3 2S 3S balance charger. I've got I've got a load meter that's made by GT Power that I've used for years now, and it's still going strong, so they seem to make pretty good quality stuff. The transmitter is the RadioLink T8S, and let's see, I know I saw the receiver in here somewhere. Okay, here we go. The receiver is an 8-channel, and it's SBUS PPM receiver, I believe. Yeah, SBUS PPM receiver. That's 8-channel. It's R8FM. I think that they also make a plug-and-fly version of this rather than a ready-to-fly. You'll have to take a look. I think that they also have that listed. But this receiver that they put in it, the R8FM, is also supported in OpenTX with the OpenTX transmitter that uses the 4-in-1 multi-protocol module. So I'll also be testing it out with my TX16S transmitter, so you can bind up to it, you know, if you have a OpenTX transmitter. It says it has a flight distance with this radio and the transmitter of 2,000 meters, 2 kilometers. All right, so I think that's it. I think that the way that you assemble and disassemble this, I think it's very well thought out. I've never seen one go together like that before, and it's really just a piece of cake. It sure beats having to screw things together or glue things together. All you got are some plastic fasteners, and everything goes together extremely well. I didn't have a single problem with the assembly. You guys saw it. I'm going to wait. This is going a little bit longer than I'd planned on. I'm going to hold off on doing the disassembly and repacking until we complete a flight review of it, which you'll see in the next video. In the next video, we will take this out. We'll test it with the stock transmitter, see how well it flies, see how much power it has, try it in different gyro modes, and just have a lot of fun with it. And then when we bring it back, we will do the disassembly and repacking of it. And then if I have time, right after that, I'll take it out and we'll test it out with OpenTX transmitter. But I want to thank RadioLink again for sending this for review. That's a really cool little trainer 3D plane. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I don't have very good 3D skills, so it will be nice to have a 3D plane that you could train with that has gyro on it. So I look forward to taking this out and flying it. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.